the functionalities of the advertising menu. Hopefully you will learn a couple of things that you can use for the next campaigns. Afterwards, we'll stop the recording and we'll start the Q&A session. And then, same as the last time, you can ask questions about also other topics than is discussed today. So for the workshop topic, we're going to discuss the advertising menu, and I will just walk you through the entire process of creating the ads, but also a couple of features that I would like to highlight, as you can see on the screen. This part will take about 20 minutes, and then the rest of the time is dedicated to question and answers. Okay, so without further ado, I will go into the screen sharing of sympl. So that's another tab. Yes. All right. So the advertising menu is actually the second step within the campaign creation process. So I've used the same campaign as in the last workshop. So the sales interior designer in Berlin for IKEA, but I will just show you the entire setup for the advertising within this workshop. So as you can see, you need to start with selecting the channels on which you would like to advertise. So we have the social media channels, and then also we have Indeed, a very popular job board, and Google Ads, so for search term advertising. You can select the channels here that you would like to publish on initially after publishing the campaign, but if you want to change any of those channels after you have launched the campaign, you have the flexibility to do that. Especially in case you would like to test new channels later on. All right, so the next step is to create the advertising text. So there are a couple of ways to do that. First one is just typing in your text, but you can also copy an existing or paste an existing text that you have, or what is actually my favorite way of coming up with the advertising text is the AI tool. So within the software, we have several places in which you can summon our AI functionalities, most oftenly marked with this icon. And once you click it, it will generate a basis text that is based on the input you have given in the targeting. So as you can see, this is a quite base text that you can use for this campaign, and it uses specific elements such as the brand name, of course, the function title, and also the location that you would like to highlight within the campaign. This is also based a bit on the knowledge of the AI tool on the specific type of function that you are campaigning for. So as you can see, some of the parts like interior design, but also helping customers is already within the text, but you can always change any of the text that you would like to adapt. What also is really cool about this is that you can provide some feedback to reiterate the text generation. So let's say you want to apply the following feedback, tailor the text to an audience that seeks to start their career. All right, and then the AI tool will take that feedback and regenerate the text based on your input. So, for example, you can also see it's more highlighted to kickstart your career, grow professionally, start your journey, begin your exciting career. And yeah, you don't have to really think about how am I going to formulate it. This will be done by our AI tool. Another really useful tool is the translation. So let's say as this vacancy is based in Berlin, you would like to translate to German, but your German is not that good. You can translate it automatically using the AI tool. And then you will be able to use the same text in local language, which can be, of course, very useful when having to campaign for um, other countries or regions. So I'm going to quickly translate it back to English. Yes, all right. So that's for the text. If you want to change that later on, you can also do that, of course. Then the next step is the logo. You probably want to select your brand's logo, but also, again, if you want to change it depending on the visual you have in the advertising. For instance, if you want to use a white version of the logo on a dark background, you still have the option to change that on a specific ad variant later. Then the next part is selecting the creatives that you would like to use in the campaign. So as you can see here, you can select videos and images. We recommend to select at least 2 or ideally 3 different pictures. This is also important for generating videos, which I will show you at last, but also because the different pictures that you provide here will be used in the series of ad variants that is used by the system to conduct the automatic A/B testing. So what will happen is, based on these 3 pictures that I've selected here, 6 ad variants are created, and all of those variants will be used by the system to post on the different channels and then compare the data on the different ad variants and find out which of those ad variants is performing best in order to assign more budgets or allocate more budget to that ad variant correspondingly, which of course should help you to spend the campaign budget as efficiently as possible. So the good news is that you don't have to worry about any of this automated A/B testing. This is all within the software, but it is very important that you do provide those different variants, and especially a bit of variety in type of images could be helpful. So, for example, an image with a theme on it, or that shows really what the job would look like, or for example, the working environment. So this could be really good to have some sort of variety within the campaign. All right, so now I'm going to generate the first ads. And like I already said, based on those 3 images, you will see that there are already 6 ad variants here. So to start at the left of the screen, within the ad builder, there are 3 different types of placements. So as you can see, the pictures that are provided have already a feed and a story variant. If you don't know exactly what those are, those placements are different formats of content that can be found on the different social media channels. For example, the feed is a very sort of traditional way of posting content. So you have a text above the photo, or in case of Instagram, it's below the picture. And this is also the placement that is available on LinkedIn. Another placement, so the second one you see here is story. So this is a full screen format. It ends up in a different part of the social media platform. So it's, again, a different way of consuming content, and you may also reach a different audience there. And as you can see, there's no accompanying sort of text alinea above this. So it's really visual only. So that's also important to keep in mind. Finally, you have also the Reels placement. This is for videos only, but it can be a really great placement to attract a lot of visitors at a lower cost price. So definitely, if you want to use videos and if you want to use that Reels placement, make sure to do so. If you don't have videos yourself, you can also generate one using the AI tool, which I will show you in a few minutes. All right, so that's it for the different placements and variants. And for now, I want to show you a bit more on what you can do to adapt those ads a bit more to your liking. So of course you can still change the text that are here if you want some variety in the text as well. But also on the visual, you have the option uh, to make some visual changes. So first one is, for example, the cropping of the picture. So as you can see, you have the option yeah, to highlight a different part of the picture that may be more or less relevant to send a message to the audience. Um, and also, if you want, you can change the logo or even change the picture if you decide you still would like to use something else. All right, so let's save that for a minute. Um, then a second really important part is the overlays. So as you can see, there are a few different variations of the templates that we provide, and those are already there for you to use. If you would like to change anything within those templates, you can still use the flexibility of the editor. For example, if you would like to change the text color or perhaps a bit of the logo placement, if you want to increase the height or the width of the logo. And I will show you what you can do with that using this template. Um, so the different elements, so all of the elements you see here can be clicked. So let's start with this banner. So it's now white. Let's say you want to change that to IKEA blue. You can change the colors here by clicking the background color button. Also, you can adapt the transparency of the element using this slider. So this creates a bit more depth within the ad visual itself. And if you want to change the uh, placements of the text, you can also do that here. And of course, you may want to change text the text color on the visual as well. All right, so let's say you would like to add a bit more information to the visual. For example, if you want to highlight that the vacancy is based in Berlin. Oh, that was not intended. So yeah, you can add a new text field here and then just type in the text you desire. So let's say you want to join us in Berlin. And then save that to make sure that the text is also on the ad variant. So as you can see now, the contrast is not that good of the text against the background photo. So you may also want to add another rectangle. For example, if you would like that behind the text, and you can also send it backwards. So you can work with different layers. You can change the color again to make it more suitable to the branding. Um, yeah, and then the other options that I've also shown you. Let's say you're not that satisfied with it, you can always remove the object or perhaps even duplicate the object if you would like to have another bar, yeah, perhaps besides the logo to make that a bit more, yeah, I don't know, more yellow. Yes. Okay, so that is the main part for the visual. Then there are a few more things at the bottom of the ad that you can change. So here you have the display link. What is important to know is that you can change this link to whatever you like, but it's only for visual purposes. So changing the link here to ikea.com/jobs does not mean that the traffic being sent from the ad to the vacancy page will all of a sudden go to ikea.com/jobs. It's just a way to visually change the link so that it's more in line with your branding or the branding of your website's domain. So that is something you can change here. Um, Then there's also the option to change the headline and description text, especially the company description may be good to insert or give some input to. For example, IKEA is the world's most popular furniture store. Then, of course, this is a very simple text, but it can already provide some more context about the company, and this will also become part of the ad that is being displayed on the different social media channels. May especially be useful to highlight a bit more information on the company. Especially useful if you're not that familiar as a brand. Okay, then finally you can also change the call to action button, so you're able to change it to learn more or apply now, depending on the tone of voice that you aim to use. Okay.
Yeah, just to add there, that applied, the call to action will always be in the language of the user. You can have it here in English, but it will then be shown if the user has their Facebook settings in Dutch, they will see the call to action in Dutch. That's why it's important to actually choose it and not just try and type it. Not that you could do that, but you have to choose from a certain set of call to action because they will be translated into local languages.
Yes, thank you, Mark. Okay, so finally, if you are really content with the design of the ad and you would like to duplicate that, you can just make a copy of that exact layout and change the picture such that, it saves you a lot of time if you want to recreate the specific, let's say, the specific design within another picture. Okay. Then the last thing I want to show you is the video generator. So as mentioned, the Reels placement is a video only placement. If you would like to generate a video for that because you do not have your own video material, you can do so using the AI tool. Note that this is a beta feature and it's still in development, but it's already there for you to use, and it can be quite a cool way to spice up your campaign. How it works is that the different visuals that are within your campaign can be used to create a slideshow type of video. So for this to work, you need three images, at least three, and then also the text above the feed variants will be used to generate some cues on the ads, and then the different pictures will show up after one another to create a more dynamic ad, and of course also showing more from your brand, more from your company, and more information about the vacancy itself. If you're wondering why should we use this video, we know that it can be a very well performing ad variant. So it's definitely something to keep in mind, and especially that variety of image ads and video ads can be useful for the campaign optimization, and the software will test all those variants to see what will work best. So as you can see, it's a quite nice video. Of course, the editing is somewhat limited, so it's not a video editing software, but you still have the option to change some of the texts, or for instance, to give some feedback on if certain images should be changed from order, or you want more attention to a specific part of the image. You can do that here. So let's say, let image 2 show longer. And once you regenerate, the video generator will start the process again and then incorporate your feedback using that. All right, so that's it for the demo part. For now, we will pause the recording and start the Q&A session. Is that something that I can do? Okay, yes, thank you. All right, so similar to last time,